Andrew Tate has challenged Jake Paul to a fight, which has once again placed the Paul brothers in the center of controversy. We cannot say with certainty at this time whether or not it'll occur. However, Jake's response to Tate's remarks is entertaining to observe. As we watch the world approach, we are aware that the boxing world will be awaiting KSI's return. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at how Andrew Tate calls out Jake Paul. Yeah, you heard it right. So, let's start our video. There are a number of other parallel events, one of which is a dramatic shift in Jake Paul's career, or the chance of one. In essence, Jake Paul is ridiculed because he challenges people who are not professional boxers to fight in a ring to make them look like fools. As a result, many individuals assert that he is extending his own boxing career. Given that at least some of the men were seasoned combatants, if not boxers, and that Paul engaged in combat with them twice, this allegation is debatable. It is not a well-guarded secret that Paul won both of his matches against Woodley, even knocking him out in the second match. However, we're unable to definitively assess Woodley's boxing abilities. Even though Woodley was a respectable UFC fighter, his transfer from mixed martial arts to boxing means that he was entering an altogether new field of combat sports. This shows that he was not competing in the sport at a professional level. To be honest, Paul was also extremely new to the sport. He cannot be considered an experienced competitor at this time. Even more so, given that he had already had the opportunity to fight Paul and it failed miserably. If he was not a boxer for the first time around, he still had the chance to hone his skills to face Paul on a more equal footing the second time around. Even though he immediately accepted Paul's superior ability in the sport, he consented to face Paul despite the fact that he was still in training for his own boxing career. Obviously, he accepted the unexpected challenge when it was provided for him. The argument against Jake Paul is predicated on the fact that he did not compete against professional fighters. Obviously, this was not the situation. He had challenged Tommy Fury, a professional boxer. In addition, Tommy is next in line for the throne of Fury. His older brother, Tyson Fury, was ecstatic about his younger brother's upcoming fight with Jake Paul. Before the fight, he actually led the social media campaign against Jake Paul. This suggests that Jake constituted a significant threat to Tommy. Although Tyson's anger revealed his confidence in his brother, he did not commit anything. Due to that assertion, everyone is aware that the two did not engage in their first fight because Tommy Fury suffered a serious injury during training under Tyson's supervision. Tommy's damaged rib and chest illness made it highly risky for him to fight Jake. Tyson's assertions that Tommy could overcome Jake despite an injury and despite Tommy's pulling out of the fight were therefore not totally truthful. Jake was visibly disappointed by the cancellation of the fight and longed for it to take place. In spite of this, the two are likely to compete again this year. There have, however, been a number of issues surrounding the fight, with rumors suggesting that Jake may see Tommy withdraw for a third time. Given that Tommy is a dangerous opponent, it is evident that Jake is keen to box a professional at this time. And now that this war may be coming to a close, there are other opponents who Jake wants for himself. Andrew Tate, a former professional kickboxer from the United States but grew up in England, whose colorful personality may be better renowned than his kickboxing career. Tate is no average amateur, so this proved to be a hard challenge for Jake. The fact that he is worth more than $100 million demonstrates how successful he is in his boxing career. Therefore, Tate should be an excellent challenge for Jake, as he recently issued a fierce challenge to Jake Paul. Given that Jake is not a low-level warrior from a small village, you would expect this to be a serious difficulty for him. However, Jake's reaction to their exposure was intriguing. Is this the most absurdly amusing thing ever? He used Twitter to inquire about Tate's whereabouts. The majority of people would view this as a juvenile insult. When examining the speed and fury with which Tate insulted Jake, it is simple to see how Jake may view the question as legitimate in the context of a fight. This is backed by the fact that there are various issues with the manner in which Tate has expanded his kickboxing income, but it remains uncertain whether or not Jake will challenge him. Currently, the answer to that question is unquestionably no. On the other hand, we can build theories based on the facts obtained from the past. Jake has never truly concealed himself from anything with the potential to garner him significant attention, as is common knowledge. In fact, he made it a point to constantly be the center of attention. What could be a better match for him than a combative kickboxer? Jake has made it quite obvious that he has no intention of fleeing combat under any circumstances. Consequently, despite the fact that we cannot be convinced of Jake's true response regarding the likelihood of a fight between the two of them, and given the severity of Jake's challenge, we may still conclude that the likelihood of a fight between the two of them is not extremely low. If this were to occur, Jake could effectively substitute a professional boxer with a professional kickboxer and still get recognition in the world of combat sports. This would be especially possible if Tommy Fury were to withdraw from the match for a third time. And that's all for today's video. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. I hope that you found this video interesting, and if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. See you in the following video with some more of the latest updates, and until then, stay tuned.